Hey, what's up, Facebook? Hey, check this out. So, my good friend Josh Litsky wrote a book, and I'm actually ordering it today. I'm really excited about it. And my business partner, Tisha Finley, just got a book deal also about a fictional book, which I'm sure is going to be fabulous. I've read parts of it, excerpts, and it seems amazing. So, they've kind of inspired me to rewrite a book. I wrote a book like I don't know, probably 5-6 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. I don't know. I'm bad with timelines, but so I'm going to be writing a book in general about sales and different things like that, and how to live your life as a salesman and closing and all kinds of stuff. But I thought that I would just try out a little bit of the information, gauge a reaction, and and see if it's worth pursuing. So, one of the chapters, and I'll be honest with you, to me this is not the best chapter. It's like a medium chapter. So that's why I want to test it out. But one of the chapters is about react versus respond, and control versus influence. Now, first of all, let me give credit to Rob Terwilliger, Mike Rawaldi, Frank Vendetti, Rich Rasner, Scott Bollett. I mean, all my mentors in Kirby. I mean, Mike Lowry, Steve Kaiser. A lot of these guys have influenced my career, and I've been such a student of the game. I don't just play it; I study it. Even to this day, I still study it. Okay, I still go to other offices. I was just at an office, and literally, we sell probably, I don't know, 7 times more than this particular office owner, but I still went there and I still learned a bunch. Okay, and I enjoyed it. And you have to be the same way. If you're a dealer, then you should be studying to be a dealer to the day you're not a dealer anymore. And if you're a team leader, you should be studying being a team leader. DT, distributor, same deal. So, just always keep that in mind. Anyway, one chapter would be, react versus respond, and control versus influence, okay? So, basically it works like this. The majority of the world spends time trying to control things that they can't. I mean, we all know the definition of insanity is control, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. But what you never stop to think about is the same thing that you're doing over and over again. If you could control it and change it, you wouldn't have to continuously do it. So ultimately, that means that people who are acting insane are repeatedly trying to control things that they can't control. Okay? I don't spend my time in any arenas of things I can't control. Okay? I was a political science major and Spanish major, double major at San Diego State. And obviously in beautiful, lovely San Diego, California. And, I went to college there. But, I know people are always talking about our government and how, it moves so slowly and stuff like that. And it does, and it can be frustrating, there's no doubt about it. But the reason our government moves so slowly is because our government responds, it doesn't react. Okay, reaction is based off of another action, okay? And it's usually violent, and by violent I mean fast-moving, fast-paced, not well thought out. And governments that are set up to reactions can be overthrown very easily. See, our government responds. It responds to constant push of the people. If they really do feel a certain way about something, and they continuously push, eventually the government will turn around and and adhere to the will of the people. but it takes a constant, steady push. So our government is a perfect example of responding, not reacting. And these all kind of work together, just so you know. So you got let's say you got a dealer who's sitting around and they don't sell a Kirby. So their reaction is to get angry in the van when they get back in the van. And they're kind of crabby and they're throwing their kit back in. And, everyone's got to talk, hey, man, it's okay. It'll be okay. It'll be okay, and all this. Listen, that's a reaction. The top distributors in the world, we're not reacting. We're responding, okay? Because you have to ask yourself, can you control a sale? The answer to that is positively no. God gave people free will, okay? All right, and I'm not going to Bible thump you. I respect and appreciate everyone's religion. All I'm saying is this: if the Son of God came down and couldn't sell everybody, I don't think that you're going to sell everybody with your vacuum. Okay? There's something called a Bible, and you have a sales clincher kit, a little sales clincher book, right? Okay, so let's be realistic about it. All right, so. Why would you come back to the van and throw your stuff in there? Why would you act like that? That makes no sense. That just shows how far away from the next level you really are, okay? You should never react that way. You cannot control a person. You cannot make a person buy a Kirby, okay? You should be sitting in areas where you can influence things. Therefore, you'll have more control of your overall life as a whole. What can you influence? You can influence how well you know your demo. You can influence how many times you practice your demo. You can influence whether or not you know every single sales clincher. You can influence, your attitude for the day by reading the proper books. I know if you're in a Kirby office or any other sales office, you've definitely heard the people you associate with and the books you read are the difference between who you are now and who you will be 5 years from now. I know you know that. I know you've heard it. Yet we continuously don't read books. But we want to come out and throw our bag in the van, okay, and react rather than something we could have controlled. We can influence our mind. We can influence, the overall attitude of the van. I mean, the list goes on and on of things we should have spent our time influencing rather than reacting to the one thing we couldn't control. Okay, so if you really want to start to have a good career in any sales field, not just Kirby. Okay, you have to understand the game you're playing. And see, emotion's what drives us. Emotion's what pushes us. Okay? Emotions are why. And that's beautiful. But there's no place for emotion once you hit the field. Okay? Emotion's what got you up. Emotion's what made you brush your teeth and get ready. And emotion's the reason you're going to do it. But when you hit the field, you need to be ready to roll. Okay, it should be emotionless. They bought it, beautiful, no problem. Next, they didn't buy it, beautiful, no problem. Next, you don't care. It's a mathematical equation because you're 1 out of 3. So you know darn well that if you do 10 demos, it's not like you're going to sell every third one. You might go 7 in a row and not sell, and then sell the next 3. Okay, you have to know that going into it. See, you can control your attitude. Okay. By controlling the fact that you know your stats, that you know the game you're in, that you're studying the game you're in. Okay, please don't sit around in any facet of your life and try to control things that can't be controlled. If your girlfriend is constantly crabby and she's mad about this, or your boyfriend, or he's mad about that, and then you fix that, and then they go on to be mad about the next thing, you have to understand something. You can't control your boyfriend or girlfriend's attitude. You can't. Or your wife's or husband's or whatever it is. You can't control it. Okay? Now, and you might want to, let go of that situation, literally. Okay? You only have one life to live. Everyone deserves to be happy. So, I would like to see everybody, all my Facebook friends, living in a state where they're influencing everything they possibly can. Okay? And not worrying about the things they can't control. Okay, and when things do happen, I'd like to see them respond to them. Responding is almost it's calculated. It's almost mathematical. How responding, you take a situation and you steer around the entire situation. You look at the entire situation, right? And see what is the best way. Sometimes you even get outside input. So, you don't react to it immediately. Reactions are bad. They're combustive. They're explosive. Okay? So let's do this. Today, let's try to work on things. Maybe write a list of things that we can control and things we can't control. Things that we can influence and things we can't influence. Okay? And maybe write a list of how we react sometimes, but how we could respond if we just took a few seconds. And I promise you, if you work on things you can influence, you're actually going to have a lot more control of your life. All right, you guys. Hey, listen, man, I hope everybody has a great day. I hope you sell a bunch of Kirby's or whatever else it is you're selling, because I know I got a bunch of people on my Facebook. And, again, like I said, I'm just gauging the reaction. That's kind of ranting. It would obviously be a little bit better. But, if you like it, hit like. And if not, hey, I'm a big boy. I appreciate it. And hope you guys have a great day. See ya.